Hello, hello, friends. I hope you have had a wonderful, wonderful weekend so far. It is Super Bowl Sunday. Exciting. So, go Pats. I will say that. I am going to do a research video with you, and this is something I absolutely love. So I'm really excited to do this with you. And I'm not doing it on like one type of item, but we're doing it on one type of thing, and that is anthropomorphic. And if you do not know what that means, it means giving human-like traits to something that is not human. So it can be an animal, a plant, an object, it can be anything. And these are really fun, really kitschy, boho cute things. So I'm going to show you the top 25 items that sold. There are all different kinds of items in here that you can keep an eye out for. Not all are going to go as high as these, but you would be surprised. And I have sold some high dollar anthropomorphic items myself. I am going to start close to $300 and we are going to go up from there. And these prices will blow your mind. If you don't know the look, you definitely will after this video. We are starting off with this super cute, rare vintage Nippon Yoko Boki anthropomorphic flower face wall pocket vase. Sold for a best offer on $295. $300 for this little pocket vase. Now, they do have a video. I'm not going to play that. And here you can see this is a gorgeous piece. They are circling that those corners are worn. You can see it is marked Japan there on the bottom. Really, really neat piece. And again, anthropomorphic is definitely something to watch out for. You see those faces on those flowers, and an excellent sale close to $300. Some hippos. These are vintage PY Japan. I have found a ton of PY Japan stuff. It is out there. These are anthropomorphic wall plaques. Baby and mama hippo sold for a best offer on $300. And here you can see them. Very, very cute. I don't know if the 25 might be what the seller paid. If so, they did great on profit. And you can see it here up closer. Really, really cute. There is that made in Japan hand painted. That is the PY Japan. So watch out for PY Japan and watch out for anthropomorphic. How about some kitty cats? This is a pair of Norcrest Napco Holt Howard. If you do not know that name, you definitely need to learn it. Kitty cat planner sold for $299. Incredible, incredible sale. And these are absolutely sought after. I have found, for the most part myself, if I find these at an in-person estate sale, they are priced high. So you do have to pay up for the majority of these. However, sometimes you can find them in big lots. I got a lot of anthropomorphic shakers in the salt and pepper shaker lot I bought a few months back. A smiling pickle, anyone? This is a vintage German anthropomorphic pickle horn. Paper mache Halloween. They did put Christmas rare. Sold for a best offer on $325 for a pickle. So here you can see, and I guess it's a horn. I don't know, but it's paper mache. This is not something that I think most people are going to think of, but it sold for best offer on $325. Another big name with the anthropomorphic items is Go. So this is a flame candle ashtray. It does say rare kitschy, sold for $339.50. This is a little candle holder. And you can see they did use 21 pictures though. So with these expensive items, you want to get it from every angle you can possibly think of, which is what they did. And this, look at it in her hand. This is a tiny little candlestick that sold for almost $400. There you can see it is under 5 inches. Very, very small, and an amazing sale at $339. Some more PY Japan. These are anthropomorphic Seahorse family rhinestone eyes wall plaques. These three sold for $340, and they look to be in excellent condition. But I do want to tell you that the majority of these items will still sell even with wear and also chips. You can see there is a chip here on the back of that smaller one. You can see that PY Japan. It actually looks like the bottom of that smaller one was repaired as well. So again, even not in pristine condition, they will sell high, and this was a great sale at $340. I absolutely love these, and I've never seen these before. This is a rare anthropomorphic stingray salt and pepper shaker set. They are red polka dot, and they are so cute. I absolutely love stingrays. So $350 sale. Really, really cute salt and pepper shaker set. I do have a video just on salt and pepper shakers if you are interested in that, because salt and pepper shakers can be money. There are quite a few collectors out there. I recently bought about 1,500 pairs of them and did very well with them. These are the cutest little things. And again, this is not one that I've seen. A lot of these I have seen throughout the years, but this is not one that I have. Have you ever had a bill come in that you didn't remember was coming? Or since we're resellers, have you ever found a really good buy that you just were a little bit short of cash for? If so, I have a really great app for you. It is called Clover, and it is a app that you can get cash advances from. They have no interest, no hidden fees, and you can get anywhere up to $400. I also forgot to mention there's no credit check with this at all. So if you're worried about that, you do not have to worry about that. And their app is very, very user friendly. It is really easy to use. The app is one you just download for your phone. You search for Clover, and then you are able to request that advance from the app. Really, really easy. Again, no credit checks, no hidden fees, and no interest. Now, I do want to say not all users will qualify, and the cash advance ranges between $25 and $400, with the average being $160. But if you want express transfer, then some fees may apply. So if you come across a situation where you need to get cash and get it fast, definitely give Clover a try. I am going to pop a QR code up that you can scan. Check out the app. Again, very, very user friendly. I love that there are no fees and no interest. And I love that there are no hidden fees. There is no interest. There's no credit check. So scan that QR code, or I will put a link down in the description for you as well. Let them know that I sent you, and yeah, check them out. Now we have a Holt Howard Norcrest Napco B figurine. This is Betty B, and this bank sold for $350. Betty B. Remember her? I have not seen her either. There is that little coin slot at the top. Another one that is a very, very small item at an incredible sales price of $350. Then we've got this super cute Anthropomorphic Japan Ray G and 3 juice cups. The set sold for $395. And this look is one that you will remember. And I have not come across many that are not priced high. So expect to pay up, but a lot of times there's still room for profit. And here you can see another one with a chip that still brought in a lot of money. And they do say yummy yum. There is the patent pending and imports. The pitcher is 8.5 inches tall. The little juice cups are just shy of 4 inches. And the whole set with the 3 cups sold for $395. This is the first auction that we have seen, and this is a rare vintage Norcrest Japan anthropomorphic snowman couple. They did put reeds, so there are some defects. This was a 7-day auction. There were 9 different bidders, and it was started at $150. It went up to $408. So check these out. Super cute. If you get really rare pieces, auction is a good option if they are sought after. Here you can see they are pointing out the chip on the top of the hat. And again, with these higher dollar items, you want to point out any tiny little flaws because you don't want these items coming back to you as item not as described. And this was an incredible sale at $408. In contrast to that last one, this was an auction that only had 1 bid. And that is why you should always start your auction at the lowest you're willing to take. So this one got 1 bid, sold for $400. It is a Treasure Craft Cookie Time anthropomorphic cookie jar. And this is really cool. And I believe my good friend George, the Antique Nomad, has a book on treasure craft items, which is pretty cool. So you guys will have to check that out. There you can see the treasure craft signature underneath the lid. And they are showing there is a tiny chip there on the O and the T. So again, these items will sell with those flaws. And this was a great sale at $400. Look at this one. This one is a vintage Lipper and Mann ESD anthropomorphic flower girl November birthday by Lefton. This one was a 7-day auction with 7 different bidders, and it was started at $1, and it went all the way to $405. So incredible sale. Again, if they're rare and the demand is there, auction is a good choice. There you can see the Japan on the bottom. And I think these were manufacturer defects, not chips, but a beautiful, beautiful piece. And that is a chip there on the head, and there is crazing throughout. But they were very brave. They started at $1 and ended up getting $405. If you do not know this Lefton pink poodle, please remember her. This is an anthropomorphic jam pot or sugar bowl with the underplate, and it sold for $449. It says there is 1 flea bite on this, and the pink poodle stuff does well. So there you can see there is crazing throughout, which is to be expected. And this is not that big of an item. And it is marked simply Japan, and there is the flea bite on the underplate. They are pointing out small item. It is a sugar bowl, and it sold for $449. I think this set was highly undersold. I would have separated this out, and I think you could have made a lot more money. This is an 8-piece Lefton anthropomorphic Miss Priss, which is another one you've got to keep an eye out for. And I have found some Miss Priss stuff. So this is the cookie jar, the teapot, salt and pepper shakers. I also see the creamers, and they sold it for $400. Let me know in the comments if you agree that you think this was undersold. I think they could have made a lot more, and I would not have wanted to ship all of this stuff together. So if you don't know Miss Priss, this is her, and she sells very, very well. Now, this does have the original Lefton stickers on the bottom. They are showing some chips here, and beautiful set. But again, I would have separated it. Here you can see there's a big crack on that one. I wanted to show you that. But still, I still would have separated this out personally. I would have done the cookie jar by itself. I would have done the teapot by itself. The creamer and sugar sets, they have 2. I would have done those individually, and the salt and peppers. So I would have split this up. That is just me. Let me know down in the comments what you would have done. Another PY Japan and another wall pocket vase. This one was started at $120. It was a 7-day auction, 7 different bidders, and sold for $504. This one is super cute with that little flower face. And here you can see the inside of that pocket vase. There is the PY Japan, very, very clearly marked. and an excellent sale at $504. This is a lot of antique German Christmas ornaments. They did put anthropomorphic lot. This was a 7-day auction. This one had 16 different bidders and was only started at $14.99, $15 into $541. So I got a bunch of German Christmas ornaments. Some of them were anthropomorphic. I separated mine out, and a lot of them have sold for over 50. So personally, I might have put like the owls together and then done like the Santa separate. There's a little duck, a cupcake. I, again, am not one to want to ship these big breakables lots. So I think I would have separated this out a little bit, but this seller got an amazing price point at $541. We saw this one earlier, so I'm not going to go through the pictures, but this is a pair of the flame face candle ashtrays. And this was an auction, started at $550. They only got one bid. It sold for $550, but definitely keep your eye out for these candle face ashtrays. These are really, really cool. This is a set of 7 rare Alexander Flores anthropomorphic art sculptures, and these 7 sold for $550. So the fruits with the faces sell well. These are really cool. And this is one, again, I kind of have to wonder if the seller would have been better to separate them. I keep seeing all these lots of big breakable items that I wouldn't want to ship together. So again, let me know in the comments, but these are super cool and I have never seen these by this artist. This is a cute, cute little mermaid on a dolphin wall figurine, but it's, to me, it's not $619 cute, but it is very cute. And now I know to keep an eye out for it. So there is the little mermaid on the dolphin. It does have a rhinestone eye. There is the P337. This thing is less than 6 inches, right at 6 inches. And an incredible sale on a wall hanging at $619. This is a different candle face smoker ashtray, and this one individually sold for $650. This is another UCAG Co, and this one is really cute with its little flame hair. So you will put a little candle, or maybe you could put incense in there too, and it would smoke out the top. He's very cute, I have to say. This one is definitely a cute one and an excellent sale at $650. How about some ornaments? Some anthropomorphic bug ornaments. This is a lot of inset glitter ornaments from the 60s, anthropomorphic. This was a 7-day auction. It was started at $300 and there were 8 different bidders. It went to $709.99 for these ornaments. Absolutely incredible. These are very cute as well. I think the little anthropomorphics are super cute. And you can see that 3 of them were new in the bag, and then 2 of them did not have bags. And an excellent jump. They started at $300 and it went all the way to $709. Our top 3 selling include this single shaker that sold for a best offer on $12.50. One shaker. This is a Lipper and Mann anthropomorphic flower pepper shaker. $1,250. They accepted a best offer. So if they are really rare, the singles can go for a lot also. So don't think that you have to have pairs. There you can see the Lipper and Mann sticker, and there are tiny chips on this, and the seller still got over $1,000 for a single shaker. This pair is a different pair of Lipper and Mann anthropomorphic flower shakers. They sold for a best offer on $1,394. Incredible sales. If you find these flower shakers, you're in the money, honey. Absolutely incredible. This one also has chips to it, and it looked like there was a small repair. So they have painted where this is chipped off. And this pair still sold for a best offer on $1,394. Our number one selling item is this Annie Montgomery art doll, anthropomorphic deer. It sold for $1,525 for this deer doll. This one I think looks kind of weird, but that's just me. If you think it's cute, let me know. I like her little dress and her little brooch. Really, really cute little doll, and an incredible, incredible sale on these. And it looks like this one was made in 2015. They had a picture from her Instagram, and an incredible sale at $1,525. All right, that was everything. I hope you enjoyed. I don't think I have any anthropomorphic salt and pepper shakers left, but I am doing a salt and pepper shaker show, my final one, on Wednesday. So come and join me. That will be over on Whatnot. And because it's the final show, at the end, I will be making reseller lots. I'll probably be doing 3 pairs for $3. I want all of them gone on Wednesday, so come and join me. If you don't know, I sell on Whatnot normally between 3 and 5 days a week. I do jewelry, I do collectibles. We've been doing the salt and pepper shakers. I've been doing ornaments. I'm getting ready to do some linens. Also, we will be starting with vintage postcards here soon. I have some amazing antique postcards and some vintage Native American and cowboy rodeo ones. So that will be fun. So follow me on Whatnot if you're not. And if you're new to Whatnot, you can get $15 for free as well. So let's have a great, great week. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next one.